This is Garry Don Thacker.
This is Garry Don Thacker, and today I don't know if this is gonna be a series. If you guys want to be a series, leave them in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you guys want this to be a series. Cooking with Garry Don. But today we won't be cooking, but we will be making food. So it still counts. But today I'll be showing you guys how to make my little sandwiches. I have my own way of making little sandwiches, and they're little, and they're sandwiches which are perfect for like a guest, if you want to get a little treat to the guests. So this is perfect. There's no really recipe. Now, there's no recipe for this. It's just simple ingredients that you can get, well, basically anywhere. All you will need is some bologna, some lettuce, some cheese, an olive, a toothpick, and some bread. This is all you need to do this Thai sandwich, or these Thai sandwiches. My grammar is not my strong point. And of course, I have your typical chef's hat. Of course. But, let's get the ingredients, shall we? First of all, you want to grab yourselves a plate because you don't want your food on the cabinet itself. This is very sanitary, and this is my option, but you can use a cutting board like this if you want to, but I prefer to use just a normal plate. Now we will go over to the fridge and get our ingredients. So what you want to do first is you want to get some of this cheese. Make sure you have this. This is one of the main important parts of it. And then you want some bologna. Then you want some bologna. Again, this is a very important part. And while we're up here, we might as well get our olives, our green olives. Now you do not have to add the green olives in your Thai sandwiches, but I would prefer to choose green olives. Now you don't have to use green olives or any kind of olives if you don't want to, but I prefer to use these. Now we add everything from the top of the fridge. Let's go down to here. Next, you want some lettuce. This will do finally. And of course now, you need 2 pieces of bread. Now normally, if you're expecting a lot of people over, just a few, I'd usually get 4 pieces of bread to make 2 sandwiches to make those into the Thai sandwiches. But since honestly, this is just gonna be for me and maybe my uncle, Reddy's browsing more, I'm only gonna make 1 sandwich. So, remember, if you want to make one for multiple people, probably more than 2, I'd choose 4 pieces of bread, which would make 2 sandwiches. But of course, all we need is 2 pieces of bread. I found an already open bag of bread. So let's get this open and let's get our pieces of bread. For me, it's a sandwich, or sandwiches. You kind of have to have bread, maybe. I just have a hunch that to make Thai sandwiches, you might have to have bread. I don't know. It's kind of a feeling, you know? These look like 2 good pieces of bread. And now we will make a full sandwich. And I just also think we could add to the recipe tomatoes. You can put tomatoes in your sandwiches if you want. I've not done this before, so this will be an experimentation for both of us. So remember, you need olives, cheese, bologna, lettuce, a tomato, if you want the tomato. I know not everyone likes tomatoes, and 2 pieces of bread. So let's get ourselves some lettuce here. I think this is actually cabbage. Honestly, that works better. Okay, we got a good leaf of cabbage here. That should be enough for the entire sandwich, I think. Well, it should be enough for the first sandwich, but we're not going to make more. So, you may need a couple leaves if you're going to make more than 1 sandwich. This is good cabbage. Of course, now you need your piece of bologna. Only 1 bologna piece will do. Only 1 slab of bologna will be perfect. Now, you can use any type of bologna you want to. Honestly, you can use any kind of meat you want to. There's no specific meat. I just prefer bologna over really, well, anything. Now, you just want 1 slice of cheese, one slice of fine. I think it might already be an open package. Let me check it to see if there's actually an open package. You don't want to open a new package of of this kind of cheese. There's just no reason. Let's see. I don't actually. I'm gonna choose this one because it looks a little bit more nicer. If you could say. Here we go. Now remember, you can really use any type of cheese you want, but I just prefer to use the old cheap cheese in the little plastic bags. Now we have all of our ingredients out. I'll put the rest of the ingredients up for our next time. Remember, if you guys want this to be a series of cooking with Garry Don, let me know in the comments below. Because honestly, I'd like to make this series. I know some pretty good recipes. Also, I've only ever cooked one food, and that's bacon. No, pancakes. I'm an expert at making pancakes. So if you guys want to make pancakes, I'll make pancakes. Of course, knowing me, I got 2 slices. I always hate this kind of cheese because it's so hard to get out of the packaging. It's so hard. You guys don't even know how many times I ripped that cheese just by trying to open these packets. I actually did this, and I'm a little bit surprised at myself. But once you open the cheese, depending on what cheese it is, take your time. Take your time. If you take your time, don't rush it. If you rush it, you'll have to do more for the end. That's a lesson. Okay, so now we got our ingredients here. So just place one of the pieces of bread down on its back. Now I prefer to put the cabbage first, but you don't have to. You don't have to put the cabbage first, but I would. You know, I do. Then we'll put the bologna, and then we will put the cheese, which has fallen over on the tomato and it's sticking. It's sticking. Can we do it? Can we do it? We pulled it off. Okay, put that on there. And we'll slice our tomato. Okay, no, actually, we have to slice our tomato now. Remember, the tomato is a new part of the recipe I just got. This is a very dull knife. The sharpest knife is your best choice, but I'm going to use a dull knife because that's the safest thing to do. Okay, so I'm getting a smaller plate for the tomatoes since there's no reason adding all the juices in with the sandwich itself. Now all we're gonna do is this cut little slice, just cut a pretty big medium-sized slice, and then we'll put that onto the sandwich, just like this. There we go. There we go. And you see that? A perfect slice. So you want to cut your tomato in very small pieces. That's why you can actually fit it on the sandwich. There we go. So now we will add our tomato slices to the sandwich. Don't add many, otherwise it will crowd the sandwich. That seems like a good amount. And now you just put the top on, just like that. Now this already looks like a really good sandwich, but now we will cut it into thin. You can remember, very thin like this. We will cut it like that. Because if you try to cut it into squares to begin with, it's just not going to work. So this way is the easiest way. Okay, so again, now you remember, if you try to cut it into squares to begin with, it's not going to work. You're going to ruin this. You're going to ruin it. So what you want to do first is you want to cut it like this. You see, you want to cut it, you kind of go in stripes. Yeah, in stripes. I've got myself a sharper knife now because that knife, I hate that knife. It's so dull. Just like that. See, now we got a good strip right here. See, look, we got a good strip right here, and that basically you're just gonna keep doing that until you got, I think, around 3 even strips. So that's what you want to do. I'm talking like I'm an expert. Let's just try to move this little strip over here. it's fine if some toppings fall off. You can always re-add them later. Okay, as you can see here now we have another strip right here, and I guess this can be its own strip. So as you can see, we got three even pieces right now. So now what you want to do with 3 even pieces is you want to cut them like that. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This will make little tiny squares. So let's do that. See, just like that. Now you got a little square, little tiny square sandwich, and this is what you want. This is what you want. You can always realign the ingredients if you need to. Now all the sandwiches are cut now. They are all cut into tiny little squares. This is what you want. And throughout this entire video, I almost forgot to add the toothpicks on the list. Now, mainly you want this is black pepper. These are the toothpicks. Now you want these to hold the sandwich together because the sandwiches, and also if you don't want your sandwiches to turn out really sloppy, then you may not want to add the tomatoes. It was kind of a mistake that I did. I hadn't done that before. It was kind of a little experiment. But if you want your sandwiches to turn out a little prettier, I'd may consider not adding the tomatoes. I made the tomato slices a little thinner than I did. And now you just want to get some of these toothpicks out. You just want to get these toothpicks, and you just want to pick all the little sandwiches. That way they will stay together better. Just like this. This is the example of a perfect sandwich. And of course, remember, you do not have to add the olives, but if you want to add the olives, that's fine with me. I know a lot of people don't like green olives. So if you don't like green olives, you don't have to add them. That's completely fine. But I prefer to add them. So you just want to get 1 green olive out for each sandwich. Just like this. And just poke it right on the end there. Just like this. And this is one of the little sandwiches. Now you'll do this to every single sandwich before you have all of them picked and with an olive on top of them. So let me know if you guys want more on cooking with Garry Don. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want more cooking videos, I know cooking videos do really well on this platform. So maybe I'll do some more of those, kind of get the channel up a little. Because honestly, this is not a bad little recipe. It actually looks kind of pretty. But I guess now, guys, Garry Don Thacker. This actually is really good. Wow. That's actually really good. I actually am kind of surprised myself. But bye, my name is Garry Don Thacker.